Hey everybody, this is Vince Miller. Thank you so much for joining me for this devotional. We're going to be in 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 8 today. But before I do that, every once in a while, people send me crazy cool stuff. All right, just happens every once in a while, little things. But I got this box of fudge the other day from Bubba's Fudge and Nuts, and it's ridiculous. It's awesome. And it looks like his wife decorated it, by the way, but it was probably him. It's so cool. It's got so much sugar in it, but it's so good. So if you're looking for a gift around Thanksgiving or Christmas, go to Bubba's Fudge and Nuts. A little free promo for you today. Bubba, thanks for sending it my way. But today we're going to be in verse 18. It reads this way. It's better than the fudge, I promise you. It reads, "This charge I entrust to you, Timothy, my child." Remember, Paul talks about Timothy being his son in the faith. "In accordance with the prophecies previously made about you, that by them you may wage the good warfare, holding faith and a good conscience." Now, I got to tell you guys, this verse hit me hard today. I know a lot of verses hit me hard, but this one really struck me because Paul does two things here every mentor and leader and father needs to be doing. First, he gives his young protege a charge. And do you know why? Because when someone needs directions, hints and suggestions don't work. If you leave it up to a hint or a suggestion, then the person on the other side is going to draw a conclusion and an assumption about what you might want them to do. And most of the time, they're going to get it wrong, especially when it comes to things of a spiritual nature. And Paul knows that Timothy can't get this one wrong. There's too much at stake, like the gospel message to the church in Ephesus. And second, he connects this charge with a reminder about some previous promises given to Timothy. So Paul's charge here is really a recharge. It's a charge with a recharge. That's really just simply a reminder, because sometimes we need to be reminded, don't we? But there's a reason that he does this. And he tells us right in this verse why he's charging and reminding him. It is so that Timothy will wage the good warfare, holding faith and a good conscience. So in my words, what Paul does is he charges and reminds Timothy so that he'll never stop acting and believing as God's man. Now, I want to step back for a moment here. We just looked way in on the bark on the tree, but now let's step back and look at the tree, right? Here is what Paul is doing. It's very, very simple. He is repeating to Timothy something Timothy has already been told time and time again. But this time, Paul is saying it with a new emphasis because he knows it will meet with new learning. Isn't this true for all of us? I mean, how many times have you read one text in God's word and then read it after you've gone through a challenge or a difficulty or some opposition in your life? And then suddenly you see new meaning in it. I mean, this has happened in my life so many times. It's countless, right? Which gives us good reason to cling to promises and proverbs and adages in God's word. And it gives us good reason to repeat them time and time and time again to guess who? Ourselves. So I bet there are men out there today who still cling to axioms and adages and promises and proverbs that you were given years ago. And these charges from other men have probably given you hope sometimes, haven't they? If you want to share them today, just share them in the comments below. Maybe they'll help some other man to have hope in the middle of the challenge that they're facing right now. And with that, never forget, here's mine. Live all in for him who lived all in for you. And I'll see you right back here again tomorrow.